It is 7 a.m. The alarm hasn't gone off yet, but your body woke you up 20 minutes ago. You are standing in the bathroom, staring at the tiles, waiting. You feel the pressure. You know the bladder is full. It feels heavy, almost hard, sitting low in your abdomen. But when you try to release, nothing happens. You wait, you concentrate, you try to relax. Finally it starts, but it is not the relief you remember from 20 years ago. It is a hesitant, weak stream. It stops. It starts again. And when you finally zip up and walk away, that nagging sensation remains. The sensation that the tank is only half empty. That feeling of incomplete voiding is not just annoying. It is a biological warning siren. It means your day is starting with a deficit. It means you are already calculating where the nearest bathroom will be on your drive to work or at the grocery store. If this morning ritual feels like a private battle you are losing, listen to me very closely. Your doctor may have told you this is normal aging. He may have used the term benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH, and told you to watch and wait until it gets bad enough for surgery. I am here to tell you that the watch and wait approach is a failure of the modern medical model. It ignores the fundamental biology of why your prostate is swelling. It treats your body like a car that is slowly breaking down, instead of a biological system that is reacting to a toxic environment. So, today we are not looking for quick fixes. We are investigating the specific biological mechanics of your morning routine. We are going to deconstruct the 7 AM Saw Palmetto Routine, a specific protocol involving timing, hydration, and a misunderstood botanical that can help you empty your bladder fully before you leave the house. But we must go deeper, because even the best routine will fail if we do not address the invisible chemical triggers that are inflaming your prostate while you sleep. By the end of this report, you will understand how a specific poison in our water supply is hijacking your hormones, and how an ancient nutrient profile, often called a Japanese soup, might be the key to shutting down that inflammation for good. To understand why your flow is weakest in the morning, we have to look at your overnight biochemistry. While you sleep, your body produces a hormone called vasopressin to concentrate your urine so you don't wet the bed. This means the liquid in your bladder at 7 a.m. is highly concentrated. It is acidic. Now, visualize your prostate. It is a gland the size of a walnut that wraps around your urethra, the tube you pee through. When that gland is inflamed, it becomes boggy and swollen like a wet sponge. It squeezes the urethra shut. When you wake up, your cortisol levels the stress hormone spike naturally to get you out of bed. Cortisol increases tension in the pelvic floor muscles. So, you have a concentrated acidic liquid sitting in a bladder that is being squeezed by a tense pelvic floor and a swollen prostate. This is the morning standoff. This is where the 7 AM Saw Palmetto routine comes in. But let me be clear, most men take Saw Palmetto completely wrong. They pop a cheap dried powder capsule with their coffee and wonder why nothing changes. Step 1. The hydration flush before the coffee. The moment your feet hit the floor, before you even attempt to urinate, you need to drink 16 ounces of warm water. Why? Because you are dehydrated from sleep. Your blood is thick, your tissues are sticky. Drinking warm water triggers a gastrocolic reflex and jumpstarts your kidneys. It dilutes that concentrated acid in your bladder. Do not drink cold water. It shocks the stomach and increases tension. Warm water relaxes the internal smooth muscles. Step 2. The gravity assist. Do not stand still. Walk around your house for 5 minutes. The movement of your hips helps shift the position of the bladder and the prostate. It encourages blood flow to the pelvic floor, which has been stagnant for 8 hours. Only after you have moved and hydrated should you attempt to void. You will find that gravity and hydration have primed the pump. Step 3. The lipid key delivery, the Saw Palmetto. Now, let's talk about the supplement. Saw Palmetto is famous, but it is misunderstood. The active compounds in Saw Palmetto that actually help prostate health are fat-soluble sterols. If you take a dry capsule on an empty stomach, you are wasting your money. Your body simply flushes it out. For Saw Palmetto to work to actually inhibit the enzyme 5-alpha-reductase that converts testosterone into the prostate-swelling DHT must be taken with a healthy fat. This is the routine. You take your high-quality Saw Palmetto extract with your breakfast, specifically with fats like eggs, avocado, or yogurt. The fat acts as a carrier vehicle, transporting the phytosterols across the intestinal wall and directly into the bloodstream, where they can reach the prostate tissue. I am curious, looking at your own routine, have you noticed that your urinary symptoms get worse after eating certain breakfasts? Perhaps sugary cereals or heavy pastries. Let me know in the comments if you noticed a connection between your morning meal and your daily comfort. Step 4. The double void technique. This is the final piece of the morning protocol. When you finish urinating, do not zip up immediately. Wait 30 seconds. Take a deep breath, relax your stomach muscles, then try again. This is called double voiding. Because the prostate is pushing into the bladder, it creates a small pocket of urine at the bottom that doesn't empty on the first try. That leftover urine is a breeding ground for bacteria. By waiting and trying again, you clear that residue. If you follow this 7 a.m. protocol hydration flush, gravity assist, lipid delivery of Saw Palmetto, and double voiding, you will likely see an improvement. You might feel lighter, you might not have to rush to the bathroom at 10 a.m., but here is the uncomfortable truth I need to share with you as a researcher. I can teach you how to manage the morning. I can teach you how to optimize your supplements. But this routine is, in many ways, just better damage control. It is managing the symptom of a swollen prostate, but it is not stopping the source of the swelling. Because while you are optimizing your morning routine, there is something you are putting into your body every single day. Without knowing it, that is undoing all your hard work. We have to ask the hard question. Why is your prostate swelling in the first place? Why is BPH becoming an epidemic in Western countries, hitting men younger and younger? The standard medical explanation is hormones and aging. They say your testosterone converts into DHT, dihydrotestosterone, and DHT makes the prostate grow. That is true, but it is incomplete. It doesn't explain why your body is suddenly overproducing DHT or becoming so sensitive to it. The investigation leads us to a factor that is often overlooked in the doctor's office: environmental toxicity. We are living in a sea of invisible chemicals known as endocrine disruptors, or Xenoestrogens. These are microscopic compounds found in plastics, pesticides, and most concerningly in the municipal water supply. They are structural mimics of estrogen. When you drink tap water or eat food cooked in it, you are ingesting these disruptors. Your body is smart, but it gets confused. It sees these chemicals and thinks they are hormones. To a man's body, this is a crisis. The prostate tissue, which is incredibly sensitive to hormonal balance, reacts to this toxic estrogen flood by becoming inflamed. It triggers a protective mechanism to wall off the tissue. It grows. This is why the Saw Palmetto routine is not enough on its own. Saw Palmetto helps block the internal conversion of hormones, but it does nothing to stop the external poisoning from the environment. You are bailing water out of a boat while there is a hole in the hull. This brings us to the Japanese paradox. Researchers have long been fascinated by the fact that men in certain rural areas of Japan have historically low rates of prostate enlargement. They don't do the 7 a.m. routine. They don't take Saw Palmetto pills. Yet their bladders function perfectly well into old age. For years, we thought it was just genetics. But new analysis suggests it is their fuel. There is a specific nutrient profile in their traditional dietofan consumed in a daily broth or soup that acts as a powerful chelator. A chelator is a substance that binds to toxins in the body and escorts them out. This soup isn't magic. It is simple chemistry. It contains a unique synergy of 3 specific natural elements: graviola leaf extract Soursop, which has been shown in studies to target cellular health and support the immune system's ability to identify abnormal cells; hypotency, Pygeum, not just the bark dust, but a specific extraction that reduces the inflammatory signals in the prostate; lycopene and green tea catechins, powerful antioxidants that neutralize the oxidative stress caused by the endocrine disruptors. When these ingredients are combined in specific ratios, they create a biological shield. They don't just help you pee better, they help your body flush out the xenoestrogens that are causing the swelling in the first place. Standard medicine often ignores this nutritional approach because it cannot be patented in the same way a synthetic drug can. The focus remains on surgery scraping away the prostate tissue or lifelong medication that manages flow but ruins sexual function. But as a researcher, my loyalty is to the data and to your quality of life. The data shows that if you do not address the environmental toxins accumulating in your tissue, no amount of double voiding will fix the problem permanently. You now have 2 pieces of the puzzle. You have the 7 a.m. routine to manage your daily symptoms and improve your mornings. That is immediate relief. But to secure your future, to protect your bladder from the constant assault of environmental toxins, you need the full protocol. You need to know exactly how to replicate this Japanese shield effect in your own life without moving to Okinawa. We have compiled a comprehensive investigative documentary that tracks one doctor's desperate search for this truth. It exposes the reality of the water supply issues that are rarely discussed on the evening news. It breaks down the exact 3-step natural protocol that combines these specific nutrients to help shrink enlarged prostate tissue in weeks, not years. This report is not just a video. It is a blueprint for reclaiming your autonomy. It explains the science of the Japanese soup in depth, showing you the specific ingredients and dosages that have helped thousands of men avoid the surgeon's knife. I have linked the controversial investigative documentary that explains this complete protocol right below. To find it, if you are watching on your phone, just tap the title of this video right now. The description box will slide open and you'll see the official blue link at the very top. I'll also leave it in the first pinned comment. Do not let standard protocols dictate your future. You have the power to intervene, but you need the right information. Tonight, set your alarm. Prepare your warm water. Commit to the 7 a.m. routine. Feel the difference it makes to start your day with an empty bladder. But do not stop there. Do not accept that managing the decline is the best you can do. The root cause is environmental, and the solution is nutritional. The report below contains the answers that mainstream consultations often miss. It is there for you, free of charge, as part of our mission at BioVeritas Lab. Try the tips we discussed tonight, but don't stop there. The real answer is in the report below. For BioVeritas Lab, I'm uncovering the truth your doctor didn't tell you. Watch the documentary now.